Today I'm going to teach you how to build an emergency rocket stove in 1 minute. I've already taught you how to build a solar oven so you can save gas and electricity by using sunlight to cook. And today you're going to learn, in a quick and easy way, how to build an emergency rocket stove using a paint can and sand. It's easy to make, fast, and it won't cost you anything. In an emergency, it could save your life. You'll need a can like this one. It's easy to find almost anywhere, even in the trash. These cans are used to store paint, oil, and preserved foods. We'll need to remove the top part. I'm going to use this angle grinder, but you can even use a knife. You'll need another can like this one or something similar. Just use whatever can you have at home. It will be placed inside here to burn the firewood. This is an insecticide can, and it will be placed here. Inside it, we'll add one more can. This one, which is used for powdered milk. One should fit inside the other. So now I need to figure out the height where I should make the opening to fit the can, and that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to make the mark right here. It's simple. Now you need to make the cut, and you can use a saw or even a knife. I'm going to use this tool because it's faster for me. Let's do it. See how simple that was? The ideal way is to do it like I did. I made the cut in a pizza slice shape. That shape makes it much easier to fit the can inside. It's so simple that you just need to bend the edges with pliers and then fit the can inside. But before placing the can inside, I need to remove this lid and cut the can. I'm going to show you how to do it. Before cutting the can, you need to release all the air inside. All right, there's still air inside, so I'm going to remove this lid. Then, using pliers, I'll take out this valve. I need to make sure there's no air left inside before cutting the can. Now, I'm going to make a hole using a nail. This way, I'll be 100% sure all the air is released from inside. The air has been released from inside. Now I'm going to make the cut at the opening. Now I'm going to remove the packaging. Packaging removed, and this is how it looks. Now it's simple, this can should go in here. So we need to mark where we're going to cut. When marking, the mark can't be bigger than the can. It should be made up to the edge of the can. See, it matches the exact size of the can, so I'm going to cut it. It was simple. Let's remove this part that we won't be using. Now I'm going to make the mark on this can. I need to mark it as close as possible so the can fits perfectly. It's simple. Hold the can firmly and mark it with a pen. Then make cuts in a pizza slice shape to make it easier to fit the cans together. Let's go! It's really easy! Perfect. Look at the pizza slice cuts. Now see how easy it is to bend those cuts on the can. You can use pliers, a hammer, or anything else to fold these edges inward. Take a look. Even though it's easy, you need to be very careful. See how this makes it easier? The pizza slice shape is specifically to make it easier to fit the can in place. Now let's do the same thing on the larger can. See how easy it is to do this? Much easier than cutting out the whole hole. Now pay close attention. I'm going to show you so you can see. It's simple and easy. Hold the can firmly with your hands and rest the larger can against your body. Then, just hold it and push it inward. Look, this is how it looks on the inside. Now I'm going to show you the secret. You're going to take the other can, hold it firmly, and do the same thing. Push it inside. Perfect. The can is very firm. I'm going to remove the lid and show you how it will look inside. It should be centered. I will place it in the center. All set, can you see it? Now we need sand or gravel. You're going to take a bag and cover the opening of the smaller can, so the gravel only falls into the larger part. Then pour it in until it's completely filled. The function of the gravel is to retain heat, keeping it hotter, and at the same time provide stability to support the weight of large pots. All right, now you remove the bag. Now you'll need 4 stones. These stones will act as support for your pot and at the same time allow oxygen to reach the fire. The stones should be 1 or 2 centimeters higher than the can. There must be this opening so the fire can get oxygen, keeping it lit easily and preventing it from going out. The emergency rocket stove is ready. Now let's light it up. I'm going to show you how simple it is. You can use twigs, wood scraps, or firewood. In an emergency situation, it's important that you know how to do this. It's a good idea to always keep cans and tools handy. When needed, you can make this rocket stove in 1 minute. That way, you'll be able to cook food quickly and easily. Now I'm going to light it. Simple and easy. Fire is lit. Now you just need to feed your fire here. It's very economical. You can cook using only small sticks. With just a little firewood, you can see the strength and size of the fire. So, in an emergency, you can find dry tree twigs on the ground and use them here. Besides that, you can build this emergency rocket stove today and store it in your garage, just the cans already prepared. Then, when you need to use it, you simply add the gravel or sand. Now, I'm going to replace the gravel with sand. It might be easier for you to find sand, and it's simple. Cover the opening of the center can and add sand until it reaches the top. The sand will work the same way as the gravel. It will help retain heat and provide the weight needed to support larger pots. You can use any type of sand, beach sand, lake sand, river sand, or even the sand you find on your street. It's important to fill the sand up to the height of the can. Now place the 4 stones, making sure they are higher than the can. And here's a very important detail. If you use fine sand, the wind might blow it into your pot. To fix this, just wet the sand with water. It's simple. Pour water on the sand, making sure not to wet the part where you'll place the firewood. You should leave the sand very wet, and this won't affect the fire. By wetting the sand, the wind won't be strong enough to blow it into the pot. Now I'm going to light the fire so you can see that the wet sand doesn't affect how the stove works. Let's light it up. Look at that, it's perfect. Now you just need to feed the fire through this can. Simple and easy. I've been through an emergency before, and this saved my life for weeks. I was able to save money until I could buy a stove, and my financial situation improved. I truly hope you never have to go through something like that. But today, you've learned the importance of being prepared. Even if you don't build one now, this tutorial will stay in your memory. My name is Victor, and I'm Brazilian. I send all my love to you who are watching me. May God take care of your heart, and may you be healthy and happy for your whole life. Thank you very much for being here. God bless you.